I want you to go ahead and do me a favor, okay? Think about the last time you cheated on somebody. If you're thinking right now, I've never cheated on somebody, I think that's a pretty cool thing about you. I think that's something to be valued. Now, that's not to say that anyone who has ever cheated on someone is a bad person, okay? People make mistakes. I don't think one action should ever define a person. People make mistakes, people can grow and change. I don't know, I've just always really disliked the idea of cheating. I'm proud to say that I have never cheated on a girl. And I know that's exactly what someone who has cheated on a girl before would say, but I really haven't. I just think that it's such an evil thing to do to someone. I'm gonna get real with you for a little bit here, all right? I think that I have been cheated on once before. It basically was a situation where after the relationship was over, I heard that the girl, she may have done something with some guy. So that was like a I didn't even know for sure type of thing. But even that, it's awful. It's an awful feeling deep in the pit of your stomach. You feel like such a chump in that moment, such a loser. And now in hindsight, I definitely shrug it off. I really do think that it helped me grow. In the long run, it's really not a big deal at all. But at the end of the day, I would never wish that on someone. I think that it is just an awful thing to go through. Now, obviously, there is always context that is unique to every situation, sure. Things build up, things happen, relationships get bad. I get it. It happens. But if you stay in a relationship, once you make that decision to cheat, I don't know, in my opinion, any action that happens as a result involving the relationship ending at that point, especially if it's a result of you cheating, it's on you at that point. What I'm getting at is common sense would tell me that someone who cheats on someone can't really say that they are a victim in that situation of any reasonable consequences that result from the cheating. But Karen Krasanovich would disagree. So Karen is a 53-year-old author for the Daily Mail who has just came out with such a hot take that I had to use tongs and an oven mitt to take it out of the oven. So our friend Karen here has typed up a doozy of an article titled, "The Day I Realized My Husband Had Changed the Locks After I Had an Affair and Was Left Pounding on the Door Pleading, Sickened, and Furious." Sort of a weird flex from Karen here. Definitely an odd way to play the victim card, that's for sure. So in this article, Karen is talking about something that happened 14 years ago. So this was the day her husband of 8 years found out that she was having an affair. The husband found out, and after finding out, he immediately ended things between them. And within hours later that day, he changed the locks of their apartment. I can't believe it, but I actually read the whole story, and she really does talk about how she is a victim here. Basically, a TLDR version here. She suggests that her husband shouldn't have left her so abruptly, and that he only left her because his pride was hurt in that moment, and he should have given her more of a chance to speak for herself. If he would have let her speak for herself, he wouldn't have maybe ended things, which again, she says he only ended things really because his pride was hurt in that moment. No, I'm pretty sure he left you because you had another man inside of you. Just, shot in the dark. I'm just guessing that was the reason. She justifies the affair. She says she was having problems with her own coping. She says she lost her job, and while she had used to be the breadwinner between them, now he was the breadwinner, and she was feeling resentment due to him being the one now that was paying the bills. Okay, to be fair, I'm not including all of it. Okay, there's a lot of information in the article that, it seems like what was going on was on both sides of the marriage, sure. Like in terms of resentment, right? Like he wasn't without his own wrongdoing, sure. Both sides were kind of letting the marriage, I don't know, fester. I don't know if that's the right word. Okay, but she basically, in a nutshell, suggests that the tipping point, the straw that broke the camel's back, was due to these bad feelings that she was having from not being the breadwinner anymore, which is not his fault at all. So this led to the affair. So she's a victim, and my favorite part is the very end of this article. So she's talking about how, she has hurt a lot from the divorce, and it's taken her a lot to get over it, but, she's worked on moving on. And she talks about how she now has a boyfriend who is handsome and great, and she says, "What's the difference with him? We talk and laugh a lot more. We communicate. And I have no reason to ever cheat on him." Okay, so when you do have a reason to cheat on him, you will. Oh, okay, got it. If the boyfriend is reading this article, this Daily Mail article, I really hope he sees this and he jumps ship, okay, this is a huge red flag. The lesson we can learn from Karen's courageous storytelling involving first world problems, it's that if you cheat on somebody and that somebody finds out and they end the relationship, your first thought should always be how you can spin things so that you are the victim.